Hey everyone, this is Yolantha from Homeschool Creations. I just wanted to do a quick video update because it's a little bit easier for me to talk and get it out this way rather than having to write everything down. And on paper, it's probably going to be really scattered if I try to do everything, and it'll likely be very scattered this way. But I like watching videos of other people because it kind of gives me a little peek into their personality and how they are, sometimes beyond where the words are. So anyway, for all it's worth, I'm doing a video today. So just to give you a quick overview of what's going on at home and in our homeschool time. Homeschool, we're pretty much right on target where we're supposed to be. I'm going to be sharing more in the next couple of weeks where we're at with the curriculum that we're using and any tweaks or changes that we're making. For the most part, everything has been great and it's been working really well. We are going to be adding, just kind of, like I said, tweaking, changing. Caleb's got a little something extra that we're adding, which is all well and good. And there are tweaks and changes that I need to make personally too, because sometimes I kind of drop the ball on a few things. Caleb, I have been mentioning, I've talked some about his reading and the frustration and whatnot that he's had and I've had. And when I say he's had frustration too, I mean, like, for both of us, there have been tears and crying because he knows that he's not where either other friends are. And that's really frustrating for him because when he's at church and people are asked to read things, he's not confident in it. And in some instances, it's not that he can't do it. It's just the thing that he struggles the most with is Caleb is a perfectionist. And he comes by it honestly. And so part of this year for him has also been trying to work on that as well. For example, he doesn't have to have 100% on his math. He wants 100% on every math lesson that he does, but he doesn't have to have that. It's okay to get, a couple problems wrong, and as long as he understands where he's at. So part of it has been working on that aspect. I will say for his birthday, and this is kind of around the point that things kind of turned a little bit for him. For his birthday, I had told him he needed to write out his own birthday list. And I wasn't going to help him spell the words. And that's a lot of times the problem with his writing is he doesn't want to write because if he can't write the word correctly, if he can't spell it correctly, it drives him nuts. And so he wants everything spelled out and he just won't write for the sake of writing. So I told him he needed to write out his birthday list, and I wasn't going to go shopping for him unless he wrote it out and he spelled it all by himself. And miracle of miracles, he did it. And he actually did a great job. Poor kid, mind you, the bulk of what was on his list were Star Wars related items, and really nobody can spell those things. I don't even know how to spell half of their names. So he had some of that stuff on there, but he did a great job. And kind of since then, that kind of helped his confidence when we were able to read the list and know what was going on a little more. But that he's started trying to write more and also reading. Like, he read a story to Rick the other night when I wasn't there, which is a huge step for him because usually the only person that he'll read for is me. So that was a big thing. So he's doing a lot better in everything there. Zachary, moving along, he's doing really well in most of his things. The biggest thing that we struggle with him is lack of focus, staying on task. He's 12, but that's not all there is. I will say that I'm very anxiously looking forward to continuing reading and finishing Sally Clarkson's new book with her son Joel about out-of-the-box kids, because if there is a kid that fits in to that little thing right there, that would be Zachary. So very much looking forward to hearing her thoughts on things. I know I've mentioned Sally Clarkson many times in books that I've enjoyed by her, and this one I'm really looking forward to because it's written by Sally and her son Joel, and some of the different issues that they've gone through and just working with out-of-the-box kids. So you hear Joel's side of the story and then also Sally's side too. So looking forward to that. I'll leave a link to that in the post. McKenna has been doing amazing. yeah, she's really excelling. And I had been very much worried with her in some ways, just because I knew that this year was going to be a little more, and she can get very overwhelmed with all the new stuff and with taking, several high school classes this year. And she has just really, after the initial first couple of weeks where we had a little bit of stress, and trying to figure out how she was going to manage her schedule, and letting her do her own schedule and get everything ready and figure out what her rhythm was. She's just really jumped in and done a really great job. So yeah, so that's that. Loriana's been where we have been having a tough time the last couple of months. Not in any way really with her subjects, other than her physical health she's been really struggling. She was bitten by a tick about 1.5 years ago, and the last couple of months her health has really declined physically. She's having a very hard time. She's having a lot of fatigue issues. She's not sleeping. So insomnia, fatigue, just kind of the list is going on and on. And we finally got some answers a couple weeks ago that she has Bartonella, which is kind of like, it's not Lyme, but if you're familiar with Lyme at all, it's kind of in that pocket. Another name for it is cat scratch disease. So we're trying to figure out treatment right now with her, because we're not looking at long-term antibiotics. That's just something we want to avoid, because we have a lot of antibiotic issues with our kids, allergies, and so trying to find things. And so that in turn, it's just been really hard watching your kid go through and not be the person that they normally are. When you see, it's just been really hard the last couple of weeks. When you watch her energy level decrease, and she's normally a very vivacious girl, and she has good days and she has bad days. And lately, of course, the bad days have been a lot more, and that's really hard. So again, another reason kind of for the whole wanting to kind of keep our Christmas break a little bit longer so we can just rest, because it's going to mean some different changes. Like right now, we're looking at a lot of diet changes, trying to help with some of the physical pain that she's having too. She's just having a lot of joint issues, to the point that she had to drop off swim team. And she was really enjoying swim team, but it's just been, she just cannot keep up with it. So she's had to drop out of that and kind of pull back from some other things. So we just right now want to focus on getting her better. And so in that sense, I'm very thankful too that we are homeschooling, because if she had to try to keep up with everything that's like with going to school every day, on the bright side, she can work from bed and she can do a lot of this, that stuff, and from this aspect at home. So anyway, that in and of itself for me ends up being overwhelming. And I'm not trying to turn this into a, I know some of y'all are dealing with some major stuff, but for me, that's just been hard too, because watching her go through things, and when you're dealing with a day in and day out and trying to get back and forth to doctors and try to figure out what's going on, and then thinking about the changes that it's going to mean in some aspects, it's just hard. And my brain is trying to adjust to some of the different things as well that we're going to be doing. So anyway, around the house, that's pretty much it. Homeschooling. I'll be sharing some more things too. When I talked earlier about Caleb's perfectionism, and he does come by it honestly. That would be me. And I do have some thoughts, but again, they kind of tend to ramble and go off on little bunny trails. And I've been trying to put stuff together in a post somehow about that, because I do have some things I'd like to share with you guys about that. And anyway, Christmas is coming up, so I'm madly trying to get all of our Christmas shopping done. Usually I have it done by now, and I don't, and so that's a little bit crazy for me not to. That's all good. Rick and I were able to go away for a little bit together, and that was a good time. We were able to go away with some friends and just be So we just had the four of us together, and that was great. But then we came back right into the week of Thanksgiving and Caleb's birthday and family and all this other stuff. And so around the house, we've been doing other stuff. Like I'm kind of reorganizing the house because we got a new dining room table, which then you find out that, when the dining room table, then you need a new rug, and we don't need a new rug, but you know what I mean. It's like you're trying to mentally rearrange everything in the house. And so now, and I want to get it all done before Christmas so that we just kind of feel calm and at peace. So, anyway, it'll be good to have some extra time off next week and just be able to bake and play games and watch movies and hang out and just enjoy spending time together. So I would love to hear what you guys are doing. I'm curious if you guys have a lot of time off in December. I will say that in years past, we've done a bigger block of time off at Christmas, like done at least 3 weeks at Christmas, and it's been really good. I mean, it can be a little bit harder getting back into the swing of things come January, but on the other hand, having that time off is also really nice just because we can actually relax and focus on, just focus on Christmas and on being with family and everything that comes along with that. So at any rate, I would love to hear how you guys are doing. So please feel free, if you have stuck through this, hello, way to go for you. But leave a comment. I'd love to hear what's going on with you guys. And so have a great day.